Hello everyone, welcome. Hopefully you guys had a good weekend, or are having a good weekend. Guess technically it's still Sunday for some people. Alright. Got a few things to do. Let's see if I can, I know I put the title as getting to 265 today, but I don't even know if it's actually possible. I probably have the resources to do it, but hopefully I don't have to just grind the entire time. That's what I'm hoping not to do. But should be all good. So we're out of 3x coupons, aren't we? Yeah. Because I don't get any more check-ins for the rest of the week. Oh. Why couldn't they just give us 1.5 each day? Why is that only 5 times a week? How many of you guys are using up all the coupons? Or you guys just kind of whatever with them? I really like the 3x's. It's just so nice. The XP bar moves so quickly. It's a bit easier to be good though, because at least they give like VIP boosters, and they give, what else? The event procs and stuff, so it's a little bit easier to be good with it in a sense. Okay, then it's time. Okay, I started my dailies. I guess I'll do Golix first. Hello, Rich. Welcome, welcome. Uh-oh. I hope I'm high enough to not get hit. It's always hard to tell with Golix's hitboxes. Times like this, I wish my Origin didn't linger. Because I get the feeling that with Blaze Wizard's Origin, if I press it at the beginning of Golix, it's just gonna break the heart immediately. Hello, Shanks. I'm so lucky. I'll be very happy if I get a belt. That would be nice. Alright, got reinforced earrings, which is also not bad. Yeah, I'm still waiting for my first superior belt. It's taking a while. Hopefully we get it before the end of the month, because I think at the end of the month I'll be 5 set. Oh, sorry, 4 set if I had the belt. I also haven't really seen too many Dom pendants. I wish I could transfer some of them from my my Corsair, but alas, that is not possible. Alright. Let's go off, find ourselves some burning, and we can get our procs in first. 100%. Very good. And also, I was right about the Soul Janus thing. I can't max out. I couldn't get level 10 Soul Janus because I do not have enough Soul Order. I'm at level 9 right now. Isn't that tragic? You ditched work 3 hours early for this. Hey, I didn't say ditch anything. It's all good. I cannot be held accountable. But yeah. Let's see. I started at 21%. I think these 30 minutes. All these procs should give me about 10%. Puts me about 30. And then I do my Monster Park and stuff, gives me another 30. I haven't done the Punch King thing from this event yet. That should give me about 20. So that's basically already 50%. And afterwards, I could probably grind the rest to 265 and unlock Arcus, which would be really nice. Then I can level up the Sacred Force a little bit on Arcus. I'm trying to just get as much Sacred Force as possible so that I can get into Seren. I think that's probably a nice goal. But yeah. Other than that, I don't have too many things to do on this character today. I might hit 265 if I can. If I can't, then I can just do some weeklies. I haven't done a lot of my weeklies. I think I have still 3 or 4 characters left to do. I have my Wild Hunter, Xenon, Mech, and DA. So yeah, still hella a lot of bosses left to do. Then that should put me with a nice amount in my wallet. So just by doing those boss mules, I should get up to like 30 something bill before the reset. Then after reset, we'll have our little cube sale as well. And I think going into the cube sale with about 40 bill should be pretty good. Because I don't know if I'll finish all my weeklies. Knowing me, I probably won't. You said wobble, your girlfriend punched you? What does that even mean? But yeah. What was yesterday's sunny Sunday? I don't remember. Oh, it was Mag Souls. Did you guys hit any Mag Souls? Portals and Mag Souls, yeah. I think this weekend for the Mag Souls was the first time I hit a lot in a while. I typically open like anywhere between 50 and 100, and I usually end up with like 1 or 2, which is a little tragic, but it's like not unexpected. But this time I opened about the same number as usual, and I came out with like 9. I was like, holy crap. Did not expect 9. After low rolling in the Mag Souls for a few times, finally got a good event. I remember struggling a lot with the Mag Souls because when I liberated on my battle mage, I don't think I got I didn't get the 3% magic attack on the Genesis weapon, right? So I had to like kind of beg every Mag Soul event, and I remember it being so painful. Like every Mag Soul event, I got like maybe 1 or 2 Mag Souls, 3 if it's a good one. And then you have to roll it again and hope for magic attack. It was kind of rough. But yeah, at least now I have a lot of Mag Souls going into my Blaze Wizard's liberation when this character eventually liberates. I have some fun ones too, which is really nice. Just gonna hope that they hit. I had one try at the Annihilation Lotus, thanks to JH, and I did not hit it, unfortunately. But I got some other nice ones. Actually got quite a few lotuses. I think like I got 1 or 2 lotuses. There are a bunch of souls that I would have liked to hit. I like the Carling. The Carling Mag Soul looks so cool. Hello Delta, welcome. Oh, actually I got a few Dark Nails this event. That was the one. That was actually a little surprising. Considering, like, you know, you just open so many Magnuses and Crimson Queen and Cygnus, I suppose, as well. Actually, I don't really open Cygnus that much because I don't run them on my mules. I don't run Cygnus on my mules anymore. Yeah. Usually you have the most out of those, and then you just don't see it. But I saw a few Dark Nails, which was a nice surprise. But usually you just get like Magnuses and Vellums and stuff. Between Blaze Wizard and Bam, who has the most AFK training? For sure, Blaze Wizard. Battle Mage's training, this is not AFK. It's actually quite active compared to other classes, in my opinion. I don't know how it's going to be post changes. The most recent KMS one changes the way that the altars work. So I don't really know what to expect from the class in terms of its training, but as of right now, it is definitely on the more active side because its altar placement lasts for like 40 seconds. So it's just like a weird interval. But yeah, that's current Battle Mage. I don't know about post-change. I heard that post-changes is basically another Soul Janus, which is a lot better, but the issue still is kind of maintained. I don't think that the area of where the altars hit was the problem. For me it was the interval for it. So yeah, well, I don't really know what to expect. But right now, definitely Blaze Wizard. I already think that my rotation is like really lazy, and there's probably an even lazier rotation than this. I just like using Savage Flame. You ready for those 1 bill lines? When you hit 1 bill lines for the first time on a character, it does hit different, doesn't it? Press Origin? Regretting is hitting you from last night. That's alright. Happens to the best of us. Sometimes tilt is just powerful. Press one button straight for 1 minute. Yeah. Fortunately, not every class can do something like that. Double burn Evan. You want a unit damage skin? Unit damage skins are quite nice. I like being able to see my numbers. Yeah, that reminds me. Is this week the last week for soccer? It is, right? It changes to a new game soon. I heard that the next ones are also not that great. Yeah, Melvin, your fams are kind of insane. You for some people in your spot, Melvin, would just stop farming fams or stop pushing fams. And then you can use it for other things. But I guess because you're so early into it, it doesn't really matter. You might as well just go for 40, 40, 40 at this point. Because aren't your fams like 40, 30 and like 6 attack or something? Crazy. Me next, me next. I still have a long way to go. I'm only 264. The dream is still alive. I want to see if I can... I'm coping that I can get a boss damage fam before 270. Just like one boss damage fam before 270. That's probably doable. Now the thing is, Hype, what level are you? Because when I see people with those fam numbers, they're probably like 280 plus, right? That's my assumption. If you have really high boss fams, chances are you probably have been farming a decent amount, even if you get lucky or whatever. Like, you were probably at 280 plus. That's my assumption. Melvin is like 270. Bro's 270. Boss fams for Moonbridge and Lab. I mean, if you got yours, Moonbridge and Lab, I guess you also farmed a lot. Look, I would never call somebody like too lucky about these sorts of things. It's not like you can control it. But it's kind of crazy to get it like really early. Like as lucky as my Xenon was, like I did get a bunch of boss fams, but they weren't like good. They weren't good boss fams. It was 20, 20, 30. I'm pretty sure at some numbers IED at 40% might still beat it, which is not ideal. But yeah, it's all good. Look, I'm happy for you guys if you guys hit boss fams early. I want to hit my boss fams early so that I can stop rolling for them. And then I can save all my cards for other characters. Because I know that I'm going to push them to, like... I don't know if I'll push them to H-Seren. But at least Black Mage, right? So the road to 275 would be very comfy if I could train a bunch of fams that just cope on some boss damage fams here and there. Does Blaze Wizard need a cooldown hat? So my understanding with Blaze Wizard is it's either a 3-line hat of any sorts, or a 2-line plus stat, or a 2-line cooldown. Like, all of them are very close to each other in terms of damage. That's my understanding of Blaze Wizard. Like, unless you have a 22 Eternal hat, where you can actually start to finesse your FD, you just take the first thing you get. So for me, I happen to hit this 3-line stat hat. 1269, I don't know if you can see it, it's probably stuck behind chat. And I checked onto the Discord and everyone was basically like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. It's like the difference is pretty minimal for how expensive it is, and until you're like done with most of your main gains, like then you can kind of come back to calculate, you know, which of the hats are better for you. But yeah, it's a case of like whichever comes first. But you can use a cooldown hat as well. I have contemplated like making a cooldown hat just to make the training a little bit better, because I would like Savage Flame to be a shorter cooldown. What's the cooldown of this thing? Wait, are 5th job skills affected by cooldown reduction? They are, right? Yeah, cooldown is 20 seconds. I wouldn't mind it being like just a bit shorter, because then I have more time to place down the summon. Oh, it's the hypers that aren't affected. I knew something wasn't affected. Yeah, the 5th job skills are definitely affected. Because Phantom uses it for the same reason. It has, like, the 5th job skills. Yeah, I think for Blaze Wizard, unless you happen to hit a good one early, you don't necessarily need to roll for one. But I was definitely tempted to roll for cooldown hat just for quality of life purposes. But I happened to hit 3 lines, so might as well keep the 3 line. It's all good. Train Mercedes to 250. After I train my Zero and my Phantom to 250. I have considered doing the Threads of Fate cape, but not for cooldown. I was gonna do it for Meso. For fun. More money. I love money. Did they fix the thing with the Punch King? I heard that last week a bunch of people got like the EXP multiple times, which seems a bit sus. Yeah, Phantom is just lacking a little bit of damage. Otherwise it'd be good. Two times your first run. You had a good weekend? Thank you. Hope you did too, Fuzzy. We do have Mother's Day here as well. I went out to hang out with my my family for dinner. On both sides. I think Mother's Day is it like just mostly a Western thing, this particular Mother's Day? I can't really remember these things. I know that other countries sometimes celebrate different things at different times. I don't know if Mother's Day is an international thing. Not doing snack times this week. Should probably do that. I should probably do that. I should probably make my Mosh run at some point. But I'm so lazy. Technically Mother's Day for another 30 minutes. True. It's still Sunday for some people, isn't it? The aesthetic's nice. The aesthetics of Blaze Wizard is definitely one of the main reasons why I want to play this class. Yeah, I have a lot of fragments, but not a lot of things I can do with it. Because, I'm trying to get my Soul Janus to 10. But I'm kind of lacking on the Soul Erda. I need 14 to level this up. Look at this. 14. It's unreal. What's the drop rate on these Rien mobs? Word of advice from me, Melvin, regarding the Rien mobs. Don't do it. That is my advice to you. I would rather do bigger, like the fam badges collections that are bigger. That would take, like, I guess technically longer, but I would, like, lose less brain cells waiting for that 3 mob map to drop me a fam card. Melvin, I have once farmed in that map with over 350% drop rate for, like, 45 minutes. And I did not get that fam. I was literally playing other games while farming that one fam card, and it took me 45 minutes to get it. Rian's faster than you. He took yours in 5 minutes. Look, if you guys get it quickly, in my opinion, you guys are on the list. If anybody tells me that Rian is fast, they're on the list. Hit a 23 star, whatever. Get the Rien mob fast, on the list. Straight onto the list. After this, you don't belong on the list. Whatever you say. You got Rien in 5 minutes. Oh wait, that was Parsh. But you said it was fast. You're on the list. Nope. What list? This is like the hate watch list. Honestly, given my ratios on my star forcing as well, I shouldn't belong on the list. You guys only see when I hit good. When I hit poorly, though. It's just that I'm a little bit more desensitized to these things than some other people. Does the Meso bonus stack? I believe it does. It doesn't add very much though. I remember somebody doing the math a long while ago. Because it was definitely a meta that people did where they just farmed with the Meso cape, because why not? You just got more money, right? I think that like the end amount of extra Meso you got was like 1 or 2%. It was really small, but it was a little bit more. Looks as good as sounds IRL, this guy. Hello DT. Almost done with my procs. Might be able to try for one unique fam. Prime line main character potential or fixed Legion champs potential? So by fixing prime lines, do you mean like going for like no or stat lines? Or are you talking about like double priming? Just to make sure. Double priming is really expensive. But I know people are up to that point, right? I'd say like on a cube set, if you really care about perfecting your main, wouldn't be bad to like at least get the correct ones. Double priming is pretty expensive though. I think the average for each double prime is like 60 bill or something like that. It's kind of crazy. So, in my opinion, in the price that it takes to double prime one item on average, you could probably finish a mule. And 3-line everything on a mule. Or at least a lot of the cheap stuff. That's my take. And I think the mule will get more out of it. I know double priming is like kind of a meta for a lot of people at the end game. But it's just such a high amount of money. I would rather wait for the game to power creep as opposed to spend such crazy amounts on min-maxing. That's just my opinion though. I know some people don't care about their mules as much as I do, for example. Yeah. Personally, I wouldn't go for double primes just because I believe in the game just getting power crept enough for the double primes to become like diminishing returns incredibly more so than it is. But yeah. Trying to solo BM, having trouble with the first phase. Just find someone with the same combo power and class can one burst it. It could be an issue of like a lot of different things, because combat power is like not necessarily the determining factor of like how strong you are. Because you have to check all the things, right? Like what if you're lacking IED? What if your masteries are not as high? Like what if they're 6 jobs higher? It's a lot of other things. If you can confidently say that everything they're doing is the same, then it's probably your damage rotation. That would be my guess. But you'd be surprised how much more optimization there is in trying to get out of P1 without getting blasted. is more AFT than double primary gear now. Yeah, that's what I wouldn't be surprised is the case. Because I guess with the same amount of money that you're spending to double prime, you can make your mules clear H Seren, like you said. Makes a lot of sense. But at the same time though, right, like, there are people who just don't care about their mules and they don't care for the Legion thing. It's like, it's not even about efficiency at that point, right? It's just more like, it's a case of like, play how you feel. Just like a throwback to the people who have like level 285 and have like 1k Legion. It's like that sort of vibe. There are definitely people there who have like 285 plus mains and their Legion is 285. Yeah, it just really depends. 3 H-Seren solo, yeah. I think if I had focused them a little bit tight, like my mules a little bit tighter, I'd probably be able to do something similar. But I opted for 6 Black Mage as opposed to 3 Seren. I don't regret anything though. You need to level your mules to make your main stronger? Exactly. True. If your mules get stronger, your mains get stronger. Yeah, the Corsair is literally missing levels. It's missing levels, and I guess Sacred Force. The Sacred Force is probably the most difficult part. They're releasing three Legion champions at the beginning. I don't know if they've unlocked 6 in KMS yet. I think it's not out yet, even in KMS. I think it's still at 3. But they already have, like, announced plans to increase it to 6, right? Like, it's already been, like, confirmed that they're at least increasing it to 6. But they just haven't released it yet. I guess giving people more time to slowly build it up. Very long in the future, yeah. For me though, I'm like, I just have my 6 decided. I mean, I was already making them. I didn't really make my characters with the Legion champion in mind. I already had like 2 or 3 C10 mules by the time they announced it. And I just wanted them to be strong. I'll solo Black Mage on them eventually. I think that'd be a cool goal. Have like multiple characters that can solo Black Mage, hopefully without too much difficulty. If I can get them to the point where I can solo Black Mage within half an hour each, I think that'd be really nice. I think half an hour's Black Mage solo is like kind of comfy. Anything longer than that is like, then you kind of have to start using your brain a bit, and I'm not up for that. Technically stronger? If you are technically stronger, then it's probably an issue of rotation. And if it's not an issue of rotation... could be ping. I'm trying to think what other things it could be. Basically what I'm saying is, if he can 1 burst and you're technically stronger, then obviously there's an indication that he's doing something different from you. And maybe there's some small things you don't realize that can be optimized that he's doing that you're not. Like, you'd be surprised, like... There's small minor things that are like seem inconsequential that might make or break certain runs. Like even something simple as like your buffing sequence, or like how you optimize your bind timer, because in P1 getting the most out of your bind is really important. Yeah, there's probably a few things that they're doing different, but it's, again, when your stats are so similar, it's kind of hard to distinguish it. You'd probably need a better player to tell you that what you're doing wrong or what they're doing right. Because that's what I did. I went around and went out of my way to ask people who were like good at Battle Mage when I was trying to do my solo, and I just straight up asked them, like, hey, how do you even avoid this? Because like, all these like small things do add up in a long run. Like, you need to make the most out of all the resources you have if you're planning on doing it for more than like 45 minutes. You just need to know exactly what you're doing. Need a raw 4? Raw 4 does help, but I didn't have a raw 4 when I cleared on my battle mage. I used a weapon jump 4. Like, come on, that's not even a good ring. I also didn't have my second mastery too. I was ring lucky? I don't want to hear about people getting lucky from you, Melvin. Come on now. He has a raw 4? Oh, well, there you go. Okay, if he has a raw 4, that's... Look, you can have as much... You can have as similar for combat power as you want. If they have a raw 4 and you don't, he might as well have your double your damage. No, the jump from raw 3 to raw 4 is pretty significant. It's genuinely like pretty big. Alright, I'm gonna go grab my coffee, my daily coffee. You never know when you need these. Make sure you guys make friends with people with coffee machines. You made a Blaze Wizard today as a second mate? Oh, nice. Hope you enjoy it. The class gets a lot better in a few months. So if you don't like how it is right now, hopefully you enjoy it enough to stick with it. What do coffee machines do? They make coffee. And you can drink coffee to make yourself feel more energized. But yeah, for a real answer though, it reduces your fatigue. So for example, it's useful when you are... Let's say you're making Meister rings, right? You have 600 fatigue per day. So you can technically make 3 Meister rings, right? Because each Meister ring gives like 200 fatigue, let's say. Let's say you can make 3 of them before you're maxed out. Then, you're maxed out on fatigue, you're at 600, you drink 1 coffee, it heals 5. It restores your fatigue by 5. You can still make another Meister ring, even though you need to spend 200 fatigue to make it. So, technically speaking, every coffee that I have is another Meister ring that I can make when I start to Star Force it. That's all it is. So that's what the coffee machines are for. But I don't have a coffee machine in my house. And I'm too lazy to do anything house related. But my friends have coffee machines and they can put them in their cabinet and you just take it out of their cabinet. They do have to refill it every once in a while, so I appreciate my friend actually refilling the coffee machine. I do ask them every once in a while, and I guess they check here and there. One of my friends actually in Kronos actually, he had his entire house just coffee machines. Every time he did the shopping thing, he would pick the one with the coffee machines, and I'm pretty sure he has like 15 coffee machines in his house. It's just infinite fatigue, basically. It's one of the items you can get from the shopping. So from house, you can send your caretaker to go shopping, and then after it's like the monster collection thing. After a few hours, you get the reward, and it's like a random item. You do have to do some of the pre-quests, and you have to unlock certain things to be able to do that. And there's a bunch of cool stuff you can do. You just send your caretaker out for shopping, and they come back with something fun every once in a while. There's some cool items you can get for your house. Like the coffee machine's really cool. Oh, you can get a punching machine for your house, where people can go into your house and do like a culvert, and it tracks their high scores, which is really cool. Actually, I think that friend I just went to has one. You can check. I think they have a punch machine. Oh, there, see this thing. It's kind of cool. And you can reset this every once in a while too. So you can see somebody's logged their number here. So you can just it's literally a punch machine. You can start it and then you can hit it. And there's like a little timer at the top. You can see here is like this timer here. And then you get to see whatever your score is, which is cool. Yeah, there's some nice stuff in the housing stuff. if you're into this sort of things. But it is completely RNG though. When you send your caretaker to go get furniture and stuff, it's completely random. And the shopping takes a while too. Like, it's one of those... It happens as well while you're offline at least. But it's like 4-8 hours in between getting an item. First time not tuning in mid-bossing. Do you have a fire line as a summon? The line thing is not a summon, it's just to mark what mode Blaze Wizard is in. It has 2 modes, either lion mode or fox mode. It's like the mobbing versus bossing mode. So it's a little bit more obvious than some other classes, I suppose. Because I know a lot of classes have like mobbing and bossing modes, but it's not. It's like usually a toggle. This skill is technically a toggle as well, but it does have like a visual indication, so you can really see. I mean, it's pretty obvious by the skills anyway, because you can see like the skill icons change. This is like the fox mode. Everything becomes like way more red compared to the lion mode, where it's like, I guess, more orange. So it's pretty obvious anyway, but the line's kind of cool. We then took about 40 minutes. See, Melvin, in that 40 minutes, you probably could have picked literally any other badge and it would be faster. I'm not even joking, right? You could do a badge that requires 12 mobs and you probably would have finished faster. Genuinely. Would be so stupid to reroll purely for that? I wouldn't say stupid. I have rerolled many characters because of one aesthetic. You know, the main reason why I made Jet was because it had this attack that like constantly gunned down enemies. It was just like a little drone that followed the boss around it, and it made a nice noise. That's literally the whole reason why originally I made Jet, because like its drone made a nice noise. It was very satisfying. I do not regret any of my decisions regarding that. Suborbital strike was ASMR to me. Up some Jet gameplay. The class wasn't anything impressive, I'll be honest. It was a pretty like whatever class. Ooh, I should have checked for a CPQ. Never mind. Or should I take this? Let's do this first. Things that you're not feeling it? That's fair. The toggling the modes is really annoying. Oh, actually, one thing you should know about Blaze Wizard, if you decide to roll into it, the bossing and mobbing modes, it's a buff. If you remember, like, for Xenon, you have Upats that you have to press every once in a while. It's kind of like that. Of course, the duration is a lot longer. It's like 5-minute duration, but it is a little bit annoying that you have to press it every once in a while. That's probably my biggest gripe about this class at the moment, is the bossing versus mobbing toggle. It doesn't last very long. It should be just permanent, honestly. But yeah, it does last for like 5-6 minutes, but you do have to press it every once in a while. They're changing the quality of life of it really soon, where you'll be able to like lock bossing. So then you don't have to hold... Oh. Because like usually you have to hold down to be able to toggle it. But they're making it so then you don't have to hold down, if that makes sense. You can lock it. I'm pretty worthless here, so hopefully they can get us out. Yo, look at the burst, look at them go. Yeah, Upats was very frustrating. It's probably the main thing separating me from like really fully locking in on Xenon. Despite a lot of other like quality of life things, I think Upats was the most annoying thing for me. It's so easy to forget. I guess though if you're maining it, it becomes second nature, but yeah. 5%, yup. All thanks to this guy. Oh yeah. Gotta have it maxed out. Perfectly on the synergy cards too. It was beautiful. And then from my dailies, I get 2%. Not bad. I think from my Monster Park, just my normal 7 runs, it should give me about 8 or 9%. I think I leveled up since I last checked the exact amount of EXP, but I'm kind of curious now. Let's have a look. Yeah, I get like 9%. And then, let's see how much EXP I get from the Punch King. Last time I tried it, I had 700 points. So, it gives me about 20% on the Punch King. So, I'm effectively at, let's see, and another 30. So, I'm at like 67% at the moment. I'm at 67%. And I have a few more coupons here that I could use. Where is it? Yeah. Might as well use these. I don't plan on using this on any other character. Oh yeah. So I'm at 74% basically. So I just need to train another 25%, which is super, super doable. Super doable. But the question is, what do I want to do right now? There are a lot of bosses I haven't done, but I'm also kind of in the mood to just... to train a bit. I don't know. I think if I use the boosters in half an hour, I probably get like 9 or 8%. So it's just like an hour and a half of training if I use boosters the entire time. Oh, I can also do High Mountain, because I don't think I can get to Angler Company. So technically I could also do a High Mountain, which will take me like 20 minutes to do. But I won't do that just yet. Do I have a CPQ? If there's a CPQ... Okay, let's see if we can get one for CPQ. If they accept me. I'm happy to do some commercy before I hop off to other things. Angler's 270? Yeah. So there's no point me, like, saving it. If I can level up today, then I'll level up today. Jump and shoot pipes? You can angle it. As in, like, you can... While you're holding the thing, you can aim it up and down. I don't know if you realize that. So you don't have to jump and... You can't jump and shoot from memory, but you can... While you're holding the shoot button, you can aim. You can't shoot towards the middle? If it's like that, usually you just reset it, right? Isn't there like a button to reset it? I'm pretty sure you spend points to reset it so you get like something that's actually possible. It's pretty troll if you don't get it. It's pretty troll if you can't like do it on the first try, but it is what it is, right? Yo, somebody's hitting ones. Is that me? You can aim? Yeah. You tried to reset, you're still on the edge? That's so cursed. That is cursed. But yeah, you can also connect it the other way too. Parsh is right. Just shoot from the other pipe. You know what? You know what, Parsh? You're right. Because I know that it shoots the way that you're facing. He's not wrong about that. But you can face it on the other pipe. Look, I don't do angular company that much. So I kind of didn't like think about it. It made sense in my head why you wouldn't be able to, right? Because I'm assuming you can only shoot it from one direction. Oh, that's so funny. I can see Rad just like slowly face palming. You know that feeling? When you're just like dead inside. Check out this guy's cube chair though. Holy, that's a lot of collection. What a flex. That cube chair is insane. That's a lot of cubes. Like actually, yo, this guy's kind of strong. What's going on here? ET? Book? Yo, 99 and 5? Cracked. Oh yeah, that is a little tragic. Look at this. 35.99. And then 40.99. Oh nah. That's okay. Cube sale's coming up. I'm sure they'll fix it then. I feel that though. I think my battle mage also has a 35.99 shield, and it's a little sad because it's like none of the prime lines are attack, and the one prime line you have, it's not even like it's not even like the highest number. 35.39. That's a lot of boss damage you have, Melvin. You want to drop your boss fam so I can go get it? You don't need boss damage by the sounds of it. Look, you can keep your attack fam, it's all good. I'm not that greedy, but I'll take your boss fams. Get another Pinot secondary, run that? Probably. I think that's better. Because 35.39 isn't not optimal, but it's good. Still 3 usable, right? And I think for secondary, for most classes, it's so like annoying to roll. You don't really want to roll with like bright cubes in most cases. The only time that you would ever roll with bright cubes is if you are going for like some pretty end game like optimizations. And by that I mean like double priming it, and it's just that is a ridiculous amount of money. Otherwise I don't really see a point in using bright cubes on secondaries, because you can always just make a new one. Even for mages, I think you are better off just cubing a new 20-star shield as opposed to using bright cubes. I think personally, if I was trying to optimize my shield and I already had like, let's say 35.99 like my original one, I would rather just craft a new shield, get that to 20, and then cube that one with like glowings. Using bright cubes is so expensive. But yeah, because secondary is kind of free, you're only paying 1 bill to 2 bill getting a new one to legendary. It's like low commitment. And 1 to 2 bill is like what? 20 or 40 bright cubes. Realistically, you're not gonna hit... No, wait, how much is 1 bill worth of bright cubes? But whatever it is, right? Like you're realistically not gonna get a pot better than your current one using those on your secondary. So the amount of money that you spend tearing it up to legendary in the first place, you probably weren't hitting 3-line attack on it. Save for shining. Yeah, I think if you have low income, probably saving for Star Forcing is a little bit better. 50 brights? Yeah. In 50 brights, chances are you're not going to hit 3-line attack. Chances are. Solid Q, your Pino secondary? Yeah, that's what a lot of people do, I think. You just like throw your spare cubes onto it. It's just free. Glove second tap. Oh, blew up second tap 20 to 21. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear, dude. Stamp tech is the thing or is a meme? The stamp tech is pretty cope. Think of it like this. Oh, thank you for subscribing, Potato. Like, the stamp tech is kind of cope because if you're assuming that they roll every line individually, using the stamp is the same as if they revealed your potentials from top to bottom, if that makes sense. It shouldn't change anything. It's just kind of cope. Like you would not think the same way, I think, if you saw the potentials revealed top to bottom, because that's basically the game stamping 3 lines for you, right? But because we see all 3 of them at the same time, you just can't, I don't know. It seems a bit cope. Can you recommend a map for 4 mil combat power for leveling? 268. Oh, 4 mil. 4 mil's a bit rough. You probably can't farm in Arcus very conveniently. Unless you have a lot of Sacred Force. I think at 268 you would have Sacred Force. You would have enough to probably, possibly farm in Arcus, but the Arcus mobs are pretty tanky. Well, I would just farm wherever you can full clear, whether it be in Arcus. Arcus is ideal, but if you can't full clear in Arcus, you're better off training in Burning Cernium. Yeah, it's definitely better to farm in places that you can actually full clear as opposed to like barely full clear. Or not even. What's Arcus? Hotel Arcus. The 265 area. Yeah. So if you can't like conveniently train at Hotel Arcus, it's okay to go back to Burning Cernium and train there instead. The difference in EXP is not super big. But yeah, you're better off training in areas that you can full clear. Can full clear level 260 areas. I think that sounds about right. Your combat power is on the lower side, but if you wanted to train, I think that's probably your best bet for the time being, because your rates will be better, even though it's a lower level area. Yeah. So until you get a bit stronger, I think it's fine to train in just wherever you can easily train, like easily farm and kill everything in the map. That is very, very like typical for new account as well. Actually, Melvin like restarted pretty recently as well, and I wouldn't be surprised if he had the same issue. Better because Arcus EXP isn't high enough to justify full clearing. Yeah, exactly. I think too, another thing to think about is actually the amount of money that you get. Because you're still on the weaker side, killing more mobs will also mean that you get more money, which will help you get stronger in the long term. So yeah, definitely pick the spots that you can just clear the map easily. It'll be better for you than, yeah. You get 60 mil every half an hour. Yeah, so my assumption is you probably don't have drop gear either, hey, if you're new. Are you familiar with the idea of drop gear and drop meso gear? That's probably the thing that you should be working towards. But it's pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie, for new players getting started is always tricky. It is tricky. Because everything costs money and you don't have money. But at least you're like at 3 mil combat power with your 6th job. So you should be able to do a decent amount of weeklies. So hopefully you can get some money. Just tell you, thank you for the motivation. Clear these bosses. Did normal Damien and Lotus this week, and as well as Helix. Oh, nice, Mary. Congrats on your clear. That's good. Clearing Helix is a big goal. And if you can do that on your account solo, it is kind of nice. Play around, please. I don't think I'll be playing any of the heroes, unfortunately. Not particularly interested in any of the heroes. Transfer your Vex. You can't transfer them cross-world. If that's what you're thinking. Still want to play Phantom? Phantom's a cool class. I won't deny that. I think the class is so cool, but I don't really want to make heroes. Okay. This is all my dailies done except Monster Park. Should I do some bossing? You wish you can put your Vax to Hyperion. Ah. That's fair. Let's do some bosses. Let's go. What's a fun character to do bosses on? I like my Xenon. My Xenon's pretty strong. Manifesting pitched luck. Let's see if we get anything fun. I mean, this week... Did I get something already? Oh yeah, my Battle Mage got a Berserked. So I'm... that's probably my pitch allocation for the week. Don't really expect anything else. Hello, Wingo. Welcome. Okay, I've already done slime for some reason. Oh, I know why. One of my friends asked to duo. I was like, that's so random. Why did I just... Why is slime randomly done? I should lower my graphics as well. It's a bit blinding. Oh, I'm running out of coins as well. Right. Let's buy 2 of these. I think I have my G skills up. Yep. Let's do V-Healer to start. Okay, have my Lynx, my Legion, damage gear on. I think that's probably it. Let's do some bosses. Feels boring? Yeah, I mean it's a free event. That's the way I think about this event. It's a free event. You're kind of just doing stuff because they're giving away things for free. But it's not like exactly the most exciting event. It's not like it's a hyper burn. That's the way that I kind of treat these events. Like other than the really big ones, it tends to be just you just get free stuff, free EXP, just do your logins and just yeah. The gameplay loop is just standard during these events. Oh nah, I pressed my buttons in the wrong order. That's a pretty good burst. Ooh, damage. Uh-oh. No. Make an arc next month? Ooh, exciting. Hello, Reach. How many of you guys are swapping mains on this Hyperburn? I feel like if you guys are gonna swap mains, the next Hyperburn is probably the event to do so, hey? Because we have the KMS updates telling us what's new and what's great. What are your guys' plans? You want to make a Phantom? Making an Ilium? There's a lot of really cool classes that get a lot of like quality of life changes too. It's pretty exciting. Oh. Whoa. Okay, burst is coming up. I'm gonna try to drag her towards this side. Oh! Oh nah, I got caught by that. Uh-huh. I mean, I have plenty of time. Oh, I got hit by that too. Probably should have cleansed before I bursted, but it's okay. I'm just gonna... It's all good. Oh, I accidentally just like yeeted all of my supply into the abyss. Whoa. Uh-oh. No. Okay. I guess I'll just go here. Okay, that was just a bit rude, Vihela. I gotta stop getting caught by these strings, guys. You know what? This lines up with Origin. Yup. Catch strings for Origin. How did I dodge that? Catching strings when I don't want them, dodging them when I want them. Classic. Give me that. Maybe I should have cleansed a little closer. I need to charge my laser anyway. I can't see anything. The sun's in my eyes. Oh, this is a bad spot to stand. I should lower up my blinds. I'll close my blinds. The glare is insane. Doesn't help that I'm wearing white right now. So there's like the light's reflecting off of my jumper. Oh my god, I can't see anything. Oh, I have 1,000 mana. Oh no, please heal it. Okay, cool. Can't see anything. Oh. Please don't get caught. Okay. Right about here where I'm standing on the right. I just cannot see anything. The glare is crazy. I gotta lower my blinds. Should get a monocle when you have a tattoo already? The monocle's good. There's nothing wrong with getting a monocle. Usually people get the monocle first, but I think if you're like kind of new, or your character's like still on the weaker side, both are good items. The thing that stops people from getting monocles and tattoos is usually the fact that they don't want to do Commercy PQ, or like Commercy in general. So, both the items are actually pretty good. And the main reason why people tell you not to go for them is because they don't like Commercy. No, I got caught. Alright, I'm not going for the cleanse. I've done this before. I've played these games. I've played these games before. How does transpose work nowadays? It works the same way as it used to. It still gives you like the extra like star or so, like a couple of attack, some stat. You just don't get the flames like you used to, which was why transposing was a lot more important before. Nowadays it's not as important. Oh no, I have so little mana, I'm so scared. Extra star, something like that, because you transpose a level 16 item onto them. So usually for the transfer hammer, you know how like if you put a level 15 item on, it becomes, sorry, you transfer hammer a level, sorry, I keep saying level, the 16 star item. You have a 16 star item, you put it onto a new, you transfer it, it becomes 15, right? And you just get the 15 stars. But for transposing, if you put a 16 star item onto the 15 star one, then it will get that extra 15 to 16 star. So when you 22 the item, it's basically like 22 and a half. It's not quite as good as like a late game star, but it is like some amount of attack. You're basically getting a 16-star item while it's 15. And then when you Star Force it normally, then it grows. Like Star Force is like a normal item, but you have those additional stats along with it. So like a transpose monocle is actually pretty good because at 22 stars it's basically like 22 and a half. Which is why a lot of people actually opt for it, because the only thing that really beats out a 22 transpose monocle is a 22 eye patch, of course. Makes the decision making a little bit easier when it comes to the eye patch. You either leave it at 21 if you can't be bothered going for any more Commercy, or you can go for 22 to definitively have best in slot. But some people play it really safe and they don't go for the 22. Uh-oh. Do I need to burst here? Can I just DPS 3%? I don't know if I can. Uh-oh. I'm just gonna mini burst. Alright, just give me a second, guys. I'll break the box and then I'll close my blinds because the glare is kind of bad. You cannot see anything. Let's grab our stuff and get out. Whoa. Grab the crystal. That's important. Alright, just give me a second, guys. Alright, it's all good. Dark now. Alright, I have all my burst up. Should be all good. Oh, thank you for joining us, MP Silver. Should I call you Hyperion now? Or is it still... You know what? You've changed your name for a reason. Thank you. Thank you for the MVP Silver. Oh. Where's my pot? That's scary. Oh no, my origin ran out. Wanted to fly up. That's the one thing that, like, is kind of sad. Whoa, 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 whoa. I already lost my door. Oh, nah. Large shield's gonna either be 15 or 12. That is a little tragic. much combat power? It's like 94. $94 mil. Oh, of course, he just runs out of the summon when I put it down. Classic. I mean, you can't overlap each other. Oh, I'm actually 101, but I think that's because of the event buffs. Do the event buffs get counted into the combat power? I don't remember ever breaking 100 on this character. Because I know sometimes they do. Well, okay, well I guess my character is 100 mil combat power. Oh. Yeah, some of them counted, the others didn't. Oh, I let go of my beam dance for some reason. I'm so dumb. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Get out of that ball. Oh, almost died there. Uh-oh. Okay, probably just need 2 more bursts and then we're out. But I need to make sure I don't run it down first. Still very possible. FMA? Okay, nice. Darknail's a scary boss sometimes, hey. I think I'm dead. Oh, close. Oh, thank you Delta for joining as MVP Bronze. Appreciate the support. You know, actually after... There might be enough people under... Like, as members, I might be able to add like 1 or 2 more emotes. YouTube is very stingy with emotes compared to Twitch, but that's okay. You know, I'm actually surprised when it comes to the emotes. One of the ones that I use the most is the monkey one. That is used a surprising amount of times. oh, my Genesis iframe ran out. Mainly leveling Xenon for easy farm while waiting for next hyper. With no vac pet, it sucks. It's worth going back to Kane path farming even though it's got lower kill rates. I think with a vac pet, even with lower kill rates, you might end up getting better rates. I mean, in terms of... you might end up getting better rates just because you just loot more consistently. But that I don't know. You'd have to probably do a BA for like a proper answer. But my first impression is I would probably still farm with a vac pet just because it seems easier. Although I don't know about Kane farming. I have not heard too many good things about it. Oh, that was close. Oh no, the little guy's gonna end my life. Run! I'm dead. I'm 1 HP! No, I'm not. I'm 0. Alright. In my opinion, if you're farming just for mesos, just do whatever's laziest. You'll find that the amount of money that you get from farming is like pretty insignificant compared to how much you get from like bossing, for example. So if you're not going to be making like any crazy amounts of money for like lazy rates, I'd just pick whatever's the easiest. Like I wouldn't sweat to grind for meso, if that makes sense. That's my recommendation. Do I want these Estelas? I mean, sure, I don't really need these random weapon jumps and stuff. Keep the 4 though, because why not? Thank you for joining us, Silver Delta. I appreciate it. Or rather, upgrading to Silver. Yeah, I'd say don't bother sweating too much with grinding because the amount of money you get is like not like super huge. Stream more often? What do you mean? Stream every day. Or close to every day. First person I spent money on you too, I appreciate it. Right, let's see here. I need to remember to just charge my laser at some point. Takes 20 seconds to charge the laser. Streamed yesterday before. I have my weekends off. I don't stream on the weekends. Unless it's like a special occasion. Nah. I do not stream on the weekends. Close to every day. Close enough. I knew that thing was gonna... It's a shame I don't have my origin, but I'll take a normal burst. I stream on weekends every once in a while, but I try not to make a habit out of it because it's good for me to have like time off as well, where I don't have to worry about anything. Holy, look at that, 75%. Crazy. I have no mana. Whoa. Do we get double opened? We sure do. Oh no, not the missed chance. Farm it to 250. Ooh, good luck, have fun. That's a lot. A lot of farming to do. Can you tell if it's double open? It double opens at 70%, 40%, and 15% if it's on chaos mode. For some reason, the easy mode or the normal mode doesn't open at 15. I don't know why, but it just doesn't. Should be done in 1 to 2 hours. I mean, I usually stream for like 3 hours or so every day. When I do stream. Okay, I have to wait for the next open to Origin. My things are not ready. Get more value out of that too. Whoa. Charge laser. I have considered like streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, but I'll be honest, I don't really care for Twitch. Oh man, I got hit by a pink orb. That's like a quarter of my burst gone. Oh nah. Tragic. I had my Jenny iframe up too. That's a bit sad. I was mobbing on Xenon. Xenon's mobbing is really good. It can be pretty close to AFK. I think if I streamed on Twitch, I would just play without ads. Or at least minimal ads. And I definitely wouldn't do like what they called like preloading ads. Because that's one of my pet peeves. Like you try to watch a stream and you click into it and it immediately gives you an ad. That ain't it, man. I think if you watch on Twitch, at some point you kind of expect ads, right? But I really hate going into somebody's stream just to see what they're doing, and maybe I'll hang around, only to just get hit by an ad. So if I do ever like go on Twitch, I'll definitely make sure to take that off if that's possible. Look, I'll leave the ads on, just not the one on entry. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure you can actually take off preload ads. I'm pretty sure it's an option. You never see YouTube ads? How many of you guys use YouTube Premium? I used the free trial once. It was kind of nice because I don't really use Spotify, right? And sometimes I just like when I drive around, I listen to things on YouTube. And it's a little bit annoying, you know, because the ads are in there, and like I can't exactly skip the ads on my phone when I'm driving. And I tried the YouTube Premium thing. I was like, ah, man, this is the life. This is what it's like to have like no ads. But obviously, it was just like a trial. So a little tragic in that respect. Gonna have YouTube Premium too. Let's download. Oh, you can do that. You can download YouTube videos on your phone. Man, all these things that could just be part of the program, but they don't give it to us. You gotta pay for it. Sag. Yeah, if you use YouTube a lot, Premium is like such a nice quality of life. Used to be a free feature a long time ago. That's what I thought too. I think the thing that I miss the most is being able to listen to YouTube with my phone closed. I remember like listening to a lot of podcasts before I went to sleep when I was younger, and that was just part of the app. Now and then I remember being really upset when they took that out. Alright, good night, Pash. Thanks for dropping by. It's a paid feature now? Yeah. At least in the core YouTube app. It's... I don't know how it is on like Android because I use an iPhone. But at least on iPhone, it's not base accessible anymore. And it hasn't been so for a long time. I don't remember when they took it out, but I do still distinctly remember being upset when I found out that they took it out. Oh, I should do Lotus Damien. I need to wait for my burst anyway. Maybe I'll do Damien. I don't really care for Lotus that much. Probably took it out at the same time they introduced Premium. Probably, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if on Android there were like mods or like alternative apps, but on iPhone I'd imagine it'd be a lot more difficult to do that on the without like jailbreaking your phone or whatever that's called. Is that still what they call it? Jailbreaking your phone? It's been so long since I've thought about that word. So 2012, yup. Oh. Yo, I can't do it. Wait. Why is my bind on equals? No, come back down. If I faced the other way, this would have worked out fine. Oh, maybe I should have just origined. That would have my origin for the next one. No, what have I done? I think I'd have it back up anyway in P2. Oh. Did not pay attention to when this thing spawned. Please don't disappear. We ran out of coupons and Legion luck. I ran out of Legion Wealth last week, and I refused to use the 10-minute ones. Oh, pardon me. I think I would probably have used the 10-minute ones if it wasn't for the fact that I use a lot of Legion luck throughout the week. I have so many characters that I do pitch bosses on, and it's just... It feels kind of bad not using Legion luck to clear them. I know I said that I probably wasn't going to use them, but you can't really help it. It's just so much value. You can do V-Healer and then 3 other pitch bosses at once, and you just get all this copium. All the hopium. What if I get something? Drop rate's a scam? I would have thought so too, but... I don't know. Mules do see a lot of pitch boss. Can't deny that. I've seen quite a lot of pitch boss across a lot of my characters, so it's hard to pass it up. Whether or not it's copium, huh? I would not judge whether or not drop rate is a scam on like individual instances, because I think we can't deny like every one of my characters, when I break boxes, I always have at least 300% drop rate, right? And I have seen quite a lot of pitch boss across a lot of my characters. Maybe not on individual characters. If you look individually at, like, for example, my battle mage, it doesn't really see that much pitch boss outside of like random belts. But across all of my characters, I have seen quite a lot of pitch boss. Granted, I do have more attempts than a lot of people at it, but I don't know. I'm a big believer. We don't talk about the belts. I think the belts are a little bit of an anomaly. I don't think anybody should. Oh, I don't think anybody should see that many belts in their playtime in such a small amount of time. And besides, it's good to use it with drop anyway. You have high chances at ring box, whether or not you think it affects pitch. I definitely see more ring boxes on the characters that have drop rate. That's for damn sure. Oh my god. I keep jumping into these random pellets. Yeah, ring boxes are affected by drop. And it's affected by your drop as well. So if you're in like a party boss, you should still be breaking with drop rate. Or like you should have your own drop rate as well. What's the chances of a raw in a green ring box? Not very good. But yeah. When it comes to drop rate, it's definitely a case of like... You might as well give yourself the best chances. If it doesn't give you anything, that's like kind of besides the point. You're effectively gambling anyway. Why not just give yourself slightly better odds? You know, it's like star catching and all that sort of stuff. Does it do anything? Who knows? But supposedly it does. It's the same thing as the other stuff. Supposedly it gives you better chances. No, my burst! Oh nah. Can it be raw for 3? It can be a raw 3. There is a chance that you get a raw 3 out of a green box, but the chances are really low from memory. I've seen quite a few like green boxes here and there on random characters, but the chance of hitting something good is really low off the top of my head. Hello Johnny, welcome. But yeah, it caps out at 3, so technically you can get a continuous 3, you can get a raw 3, weapon jump 3, like any of those are possible. Get a raw 3 in your first ever box, that's kind of huge. Raw 3 is really strong. On your Hayato? Oh no. Yeah, so you have like 0.2% chance of hitting a raw 3. If you hit it, you hit it. Easy. Hey, 1 in 200 is better than 0. Yeah, just going back to like the drop rate thing as well. You definitely have to still get lucky with these. But you might as well give yourself better chances to get lucky. Might as well. I mean, you're gonna be farming with high drop rate anyway. What doesn't hurt to just have high drop rate when you break boxes. I just thought of something. What is the chance of getting a fam card? Like just a fam card. You could probably do like a large sample to like figure that out, right? Like in half an hour, let's say you get 100 cards in half an hour. How much are you realistically clearing in half an hour? Let's say you go on like a 18k map, so that's 9,000 for let's say 150 cards. What's the rates? What are the rates on that? 150 every 9,000. So in every individual instance, it's like a 2% chance to get a fam card. You know, if you think about it, it's like you're hitting like the boom chance every time you get a fam card. No, where'd Velen go? Oh. Does this kill him? Okay, cool. Do you guys see what I just saw? Did you guys see that? I showed it for a split second. Isn't this the coolest thing? One of the guys in my guild. Check out that soul. That is so sick. That is so sick. Holy crap. He said he finally hit 3% on his mag soul. So like, he still didn't, I guess he didn't have 3% yet, he was still pushing for it, and the one that he hits on is finally the limbo one. That is crazy. Insane. That is the dream, honestly. If you can hit your 3% with a nice mag soul, that's beautiful. We all have a mag soul that we want to hit. If you guys could have any mag soul with the right thing, like, you know, 3% attack, magic attack, what mag soul would you want? I think, for me, I think Carling's mag soul is quite nice. It's very pretty. Like the actual animation too. Because I know some classes still have to use the Mugong Soul. I think DA uses like... What's that? What's that boss called? It's like that field boss. Starts with an E, F and something. Affinia, that's the one. That's the one. Just trying to remember what it was called. Okay, let's go Will because I have a thing set up already. Do I have G skills? Eh, don't need them. Yeah, JH actually has a nice soul on his Demon Slayer. I think he's got the he hit on the Extreme Mag Lotus, right? Whatever it's called, Annihilation Lotus. That is so cool. Man, hitting on like cool souls is so sick. Oh no. Oh, yes, I'm still my raw. Let's go. Didn't want to dodge. Yeah, I think Mag Carling. I remember seeing the attack animation for that. It's the one when like she like knocks everybody back, right? Like she slams sideways or something. That's the animation. It looks so good. The Darknail one's kind of goofy. I know a lot of people like Darknail, but I always found like the attack animation for the Darknail soul kind of funny. Like he like jumps up and jumps and slams down. It's like that attack. Like in an older version of MapleStory, I think the Mag Carlos was the one I wanted the most because it was the most efficient mag for Tower of Oz before they removed the Tower of Oz from the game, basically. Mag Carlos was like so efficient because the attack animation was really big. I also like Damien. Damien wasn't bad too for Oz. But, like outside of those two, like contexts, like I guess the soul doesn't really matter. Oh, I'm getting hit by too many things. I'm dead. Oh no. Am I dying at P1, guys? What am I doing? Please don't swap me back, Will. Are you down 2 lives already? That's a good question. That is a good question. Look, I just don't pay attention. What can I say? I really just don't pay attention to my surroundings in bosses that are usually pretty fast. Yeah, this way I have a higher chance of getting a book. Yup. Copium. Oh! I'm down 3 lives. Yeah, the real answer to this is just I just stand still a lot. I just don't dodge. Do you run it down more Sea Gloom or H Will? I think probably still Sea Gloom more than H Will. The thing is, I don't really care about dying on this character. I don't dodge as much because I know that I can basically 1 burst out of P3, right? Like, or pretty close to 1 burst out of P3. Whereas a lot of other classes, that's not so much the case. Like my mechanic, for example, I still dodge in P1. Whereas here, like, I don't dodge as much. Nowhere close to as much. Yeah, probably still Gloom. I think Gloom is just a little bit boring. Hello Taylor, thank you for subscribing. I'm just gonna let him teleport me. Because the moment I teleport, he's gonna teleport me back. Come on. Should've just teleported. Now it's gonna teleport me. Yep, there it is. Thank you so much. No, come back. Come back to the force field. Oh! I jumped too far forward. See, this is why I don't move, guys, because I walk into the mechanics. I could have done nothing and wouldn't get hit by that. You're almost 6 lives already. What's going on? I'm so good at this game, guys. Yup. But yeah, for sure. Gloom's my worst. What hexa do you do on mules? If you're just leaving them at 260, you could probably just unlock like just the masteries. Just leave them at level 1. It's not too hard to unlock just level 1s across the board. Like maybe not so much the skills. I think that's very class dependent, but the masteries are really good. But yeah, if you're like pushing them like I am, then you can just, you know, you can stop technically wherever you want. Hello CC, welcome. I usually just follow the DPS per fragment chart that most classes have. I'd imagine for most classes, the best value for fragments tends to be the mastery unlock anyway. What the? That was delayed ass test. That was the grind to 10 Janus. I have enough fragments for it. I just don't have enough Soul Erda for it. Any tips to solo BM? Do you need help with any particular phase? Because BM is a bit of a broad boss. There's a lot of things. It's kind of hard to help. That's the only problem I have with Black Mage when I try to help people with it. It's just so many things. No. Uh-oh, I pressed last resort. I am so dead. P3. Honestly, for P3, my main piece of advice is just to make sure you don't get hit by the kick. I know it sounds really dumb, but genuinely I think, like, you have to treat kick with so much priority more than anything else. Like, more than DPS, more than dodging, pretty much every other mechanic. In my eyes, every time you get kicked, you lose a life. Or multiple lives. And I think that's probably, unironically, my biggest tip. Out of everything you focus on, you should always be focusing on the kick. Like, if you can confidently say that, like, every time that you die is not because of kick, then you can start, like, focusing on other things. The troll to take the Soul Erda? Yeah, it's pretty troll to take the Soul Erda. As much as I need it, I will never ever pick Soul Erda over fragments. I refuse. But yeah, JH actually plays Nightwalker. Maybe he'll be a bit more useful than I am when it comes to Nightwalker specific advice. I really can't say much other than, like, don't get hit by kick. But obviously you want to keep your DPS up. That's something that is, like, more class specific that I can't help with. Alright, I'm feeling it, guys. Today I'm getting a book on this character. Do you think people... I'm assuming you mean die in P2 or P3 for a longer one. You know, in all honesty, I reckon if you put people in a 30-minute P3 and a 30-minute P2, I would not be surprised if people died out faster in P2. I would not be surprised. Because I know that technically it's easier. It's only easier because you don't stay in there for longer. The patterns that you can get in P2 is pretty brutal sometimes. And the really bad patterns in P2 tend to be more unavoidable than they are in P3. And it happens more frequently too. Yeah, you get hit by spikes, rolling, falling, plus chains and darkness, like, you just cooked. Like in a 30-minute run, that will happen eventually. Assuming you stay inside both for the same amount of time. Would I put my fountain? I put my fountain slightly to... Oh no! I swapped to my mobbing mode. Whoa! Oh no. I wanted to Jenny iframe. I put the fountain slightly to the right of the boss. Not close enough where you can take touch damage from the boss, but close enough so then you can, like, pretty much attack him at any given point. But yeah, honestly, P2 is a lot easier now that we have Fountain. Before Fountain, I think P2 was actually kind of difficult for a lot of classes. Especially when you're soloing it. The amount of damage you actually take in P2 is a lot of damage. It's genuinely a lot of damage. I am so dead. What is web clearing? Reacting to the eyes in P3 is the hardest thing. You mean in Will? It's probably easier to react to his body shape as opposed to the eyes. The eyes are such a small detail. This is one of my pet peeves when it comes to hard Will. I really hate that people try to tell each other, like, to look at the eyes. I think the eyes are so troll. Such a small piece of detail. When he's about to stomp and you have to move, he goes vertically up. It's super obvious. Like, his legs are just basically straight up. And then the other one to stand still, he leans backwards as opposed to straight up. So the next one he's going to do is going to be wide eyes or move, right? He's going to go straight up. See that? Straight up. And then the next one when he does the lean back, you see that? Way easier to look at than you looking for his eyes. Especially when you have a bunch of skills going on and people jumping around your map and stuff. The eyes are just such a bad point of reference to look at. It's been like 5 years and people still tell each other to look at the eyes. It's so troll. Hey, you know what? I should stop talking and actually clear this boss though, hey. Yeah, there's a lot of different things that you can look at, but I'm just saying, specifically for the eyes. Like, of all the pieces of detail that he, like, does his attacks, you choose, like, the smallest thing that you can look at. It's kinda troll. Don't wipe, I'll be fine. Look, I have 4 lives, he's got 4%, 1% per life. I'll be alright. Yeah. It does also alternate, so then if you avoid one of them, then you know the next one's gonna be the other one. Until he gets bound, I think. Does it reset when he gets bound? I remember, like, something happening with his, like, intervals changing if he gets bound. I'd just say move or stay. As opposed to any of the other indications. I've always been told move or stay. Alright, here we go. Congrats on book. Never mind. Am I doing normal will? What's going on? Normal will looking drops. Gonna open that crystal and it's gonna say normal will, isn't it? It might as well be though. Here we go, drop. True. It's true. Get him another pitch, not the belt. Come on now. Please, I do not want another belt. I knew it was a bad idea for me to use my raw. I mean, not raw, use my Genesis iframe. I also wouldn't mind arcane armor boxes. I think arcane boxes would be kind of nice. So eventually I can push into like 18 or 19 star arcanes. Actually, without Origin on entry, this boss is kind of slow, hey. P1's always kind of painful though. Oh no. How are you guys going to spend the cube sale? That's a good thing to have a think about. I actually don't know how I'm going to use the cube sale. Originally I was just going to try to 3-line my shield. But other than that, I don't know if I want to use anything. You guys are skipping cube sale. But cubing is so fun. You spent 20 bill yesterday for no reason. Bro, aren't you broke? JH complained that he's broke and just spent 20 bill for fun yesterday. Hello? It's about being responsible. Oh no! Thank you, Genesis iframe. You're the best. When is the cube sale? It will be on the coming weekend. It's expected to come during the 17th. Full scene, your Battle Mage double prime? That is crazy. I wish you all the best of luck for double primes. You're supposed to save for cube sale, but you have 0 discipline. I wouldn't expect anything less from you, JH. Bro just wants to feel something. I can respect that. Sometimes you just like, I'm just bored and you just wanna... What if you hit, you know? That's just how it is. Oh, please. What? She flew up there? Oh my god. It's over. Burst's over. It's over, boys. I forgot to use my raw. Did you guys see that? Because like my origin started, and my character like floated up a little bit. It floated into the dragon. You know what? At least I got 4 bars out of her. Good enough. I hate this boss sometimes. Oh. The last arc stream is roast your H Seren clear? Oh nah. Not doing roast on your Seren clear. That's so tragic. But the thing is though, JH, was this your first one? Was this your first clear? Dude, that's not fair. It's probably your first time trying to solo the boss. Of course it's gonna look like crap. Also, it's very easy to criticize people when you're not doing it yourself. I think the same way as well when it comes to a lot of content where it's like, this looks like kind of weird, like why did they do this sort of thing. But when you're in the moment and you're just trying to go for your first clears, this is different. You take risks, you play a suboptimally because it's just how it is. I try not to judge people's clears because of that. He probably just was looking, if Sloops also plays Bowmaster, JH is probably like the guy, probably. At least when it comes to Hyperion. It's pretty funny though. I reckon if you looked at my old clears as well, I would probably say the same. Like, my first hard Lotus clears on like some of my characters was pretty gross. My early runs of Black Mage could probably have been better as well. It's just like, it's whatever. it's just funnier to me, just knowing that JH is this guy minding his own business, and the next thing you know he's getting roasted for his H-Seren. And also, it's like without a doubt, if you ask JH to do that run again with like min clearing same stats as he did on this first clear, it would look like 100 times better. Alright, well, I'm not asking for much. I'm just asking you, Lucid, to not break this platform I'm standing on. I'm not asking for much. You can fly off, I don't care. Just don't break the platform. Oh my god, that was close. Poor JH is getting roasted for no reason. He did nothing wrong. He just uploaded a video. But that being said though, like, you'd be surprised how many things that you can optimize in your runs that you don't really think about. And the only way that you can really see it is like by VOD reviewing. So like my earlier attempts of doing hard will, for example, I remember trying to min clear it, and I sent it to a friend that I knew had soloed hard will, and he literally like tore it apart. I thought I did pretty well. Like I survived for a long time. I think I did like decent damage, and the guy's like, nope, you're doing this bad. Nope, you're doing this bad. You're getting hit over here for no reason. I was just like, okay, I'm sorry. That's probably what I'd imagine I would say if I saw JH's thing, where it's just like, there's this a bunch of like optimizations that you don't really take into account, or like times you can attack when you don't. But you gotta take into context that he's just trying to solo it for the first time. The guy's just playing whatever. Is it better to wait for Shining when tapping to 22? I mean, ideally, yes. Shining is technically something that everybody should be waiting for, but how long are you willing to wait is the real question, right? Because it's going to take a while until Shining is even announced. It's like at least a month away before it's announced, let alone when it actually comes by. Making no gains for a month is kind of boring. I've always been on the principle to like just tap and cube on event whenever they come around. Because like, why not? You played like you had 15 lives. 80% of viewers don't even solo H-Seren, probably more than that. As in like the number of people who haven't soloed H-Seren, there's probably more. Oh no. My laser! Well, that's not good. Make like 3 bill a week, so you should wait. Yeah, it's up to you. Again, it's just a bit boring to wait. But as long as you're spending on event, if you don't have high income, I think you'll be alright. The hard part is making sure you spend on event, and we all know that's difficult to do. Yeah. Also, just... Oh, I wasn't on my damage fams? That's so cringe. Okay, I thought that was a belt for a second, and I was going to be really upset. Yeah. Hard Seren is actually difficult to clear solo. And you play it completely differently than when you do in a party, because in a party you can kind of wait it out and bind bursts, right? When you solo it, you have to play so much more aggressively because you have to do everything yourself. It sounds really like straightforward, but like there's so many bosses where the dynamic of you playing the boss changes significantly between soloing it and running it in a party. Like the number of people who clear Hardwheel, for example, and they've only ever done it in a party, you really feel the pain in that boss when you run it solo. Anybody in chat feel that? Like, how many of you guys have run Hardwheel solo for the first time and you just get whomped by him in P3? Like, that is like one of the first times I feel like most people get like just straight up skill checked. Like in P3, you're just like, why is everything just webbed? This boss is impossible. Like, you're there for like 2 minutes and suddenly the whole screen's just webbed. Right? I feel like a lot of bosses are kind of like that too. It's not just Hardwheel, but I think Hardwheel was like one of the first times that most people will like kind of get skill checked soloing a boss. But then the opposite is also true. Some bosses are significantly easier to solo as opposed to in a party. I'm thinking like Hard V Healer. Like, you're responsible for your own cleansing. It's so much easier. Dark Nail as well, because you can actually control the aggro a lot easier. Like, I like making sure that he doesn't sit in the corner for too long. And also, he's always like kind of on your screen, right? So then you never get like surprised zoomed by him. You just like mind your own business and oh, nope, he dashed and you're dead. That doesn't happen anymore because like, you know he's gonna do that sort of stuff. Like, always having eyes on a boss is like pretty important. And Dark Nail is like one of those bosses that he just kind of runs wherever he wants. I think Carlos in some respects is easier in that sense too, because the cleansing is a little bit easier and you always naturally have eyes on Carlos anyway. So I could see like soloing Carlos as being a lot easier than in a party. The only thing that you're lacking obviously is the damage. Uh-oh. Okay, I missed my bind. Just hope that Lotus doesn't run too far. That is easy to do a solo. Yeah, for sure. That's a classic in like Pierre as well. Have any of you guys like done a struggle run of Clown before in a party? The amount of times that he swaps to Red Hat, he disappears and you're just like, oh, where do I go? And he just teleports on top of you because you jumped where somebody else was. And you just die. That was a classic moment of partying CRA back in the day. Carlos is the same thing when it dives, yeah. But I think for Carlos, people have been like, if you're at that point where you're running Carlos, you're probably like already kind of getting into the habit of keeping eyes on the boss at all times, or you have people calling it out a lot more frequently. Like you don't run Pierre with comms, for example. It's just not a thing that people do. So you kind of just get destroyed because you're not paying attention, or like people are just everywhere, sort of thing. Oh no, there's so many things doing damage to me, I'm scared. Oh no, my last result got me destroyed. I'm stuck. Oh good. Resistance iframe. So what happens when I burst in P2? Maybe that was a mistake. Lesson learned, don't burst in P2. Oh no, stop. Stop it, Lotus. Is JH's Demon Slayer 7 set? I don't think he's 7 set. I think he's pretty close though. I think he's I think he's like 4 the last time I checked. Remember he has like a... Yeah, he had a few items. Full set with black heart. Oh, there you go. You know what? I should just be bursting. Because this is my last boss I'm doing anyway. Why am I holding burst? Does Wobbler have enough for Seren? Nah, not even close. Even if I had the Sacred Force, I don't have the damage. Because, like, Seren is 250 in P2. And 100... Is either 150 or 200 in P1. I'm really far from it. It's not happening anytime soon. A nil, unfortunately. On top of that, too, I only have 20 mil combat power in my damage gear. That's not close to enough. When I ran with JH on my Corsair, which is really strong compared to my Blaze Wizard, I was barely blue in like a 15-minute run. So, yeah, it's not happening anytime soon. So I'm going to need quite a lot of Sacred Force, and on top of that I still need a lot of damage. If I want to do it early. Because I think my Corsair is like 150 sack. And I can barely blue dot in like a long-ish run. It was like a 2-cycle run, right, JH? Something like that. I was still like teetering on the edge of blue from memory. Oh, missing a catchy. Like every time that JH origined or burst, it would just like send me into red. Emblem? Yeah. I mean, I would like an emblem on Wobble Up as well, but it's gonna take a while to get there. Spending this cube cell? Yeah, I'm gonna try to get my secondary to 3 line. Maybe like 2 line attack with 1 line of boss damage. Or 2 line attack, 1 line ID. Just like something usable for 3 lines. But ideally with 2 lines of attack though, not like 2 boss 1 attack, hopefully. But I think if I hit 2 lines of boss and 1 line attack, I'd probably still keep it. I just don't want to make a new shield. So I'm really hoping for 2 attack, 1 boss. And 7 MVPs. Pretty good. You're gonna spend more on launching this Q cell? Yeah, like I said, I was going to get the shield to 3 line, but other than that, I don't know. Slowly getting there, guys. Just another 21 more weeks. So many cubes expired here. Let's get these out. What's the gift? Sure. Okay, got some bosses done. Let's go back to the Blaze Wizard. Yeah, it's about 100 fam cards per half an hour for me. Various distributions of like the grey and blue ones, but it's about 100 cards total. So what Rad's saying lines up pretty much exactly with my experience too. Okay. Let's go back to training. And let's go get this 265 like I said I was gonna do. Anil, do you reckon that we will run our bosses tonight? Because then I can do the Punch King after as well. Okay. Oh no, I'm running out of these small EXP ones. Oh wait, I need to pop the rune first. Saving EXP pots or using them? I've been using them. Pretty much all the mag pots they've given us at these points I've been using on this character. I'm trying to get to 275 as soon as possible. I think that's a good goal for myself. Can't wait to get to Shangri-La. I'd like to farm like reasonably efficiently in Shangri-La, but still quite a ways away. My character's still kind of weak. Still a lot of room for growth, that's for sure. Thankfully they give us a lot of VIP boosters. I should be able to be 265 by the end of today. I got a little distracted doing some bosses, but I also still need to do those anyway. How good are these boosters though, hey? So good. And they give us quite a few as well, between like the trophies and the marathon, like the, what is it, the sprint event? Long distance running event. The marathon. Feels bad not seeing the +3/+5? Yeah. I get what you mean. I just don't have any other characters I'm particularly interested in training. So I've just been working on my Blaze Wizard this entire time. Oh. Take that portal first. And then I'll pop booster. Almost pop booster on that, that would have been so sad. You saving all the stuff for the Hyperburn? Yeah, I think people will finish their Hyperburn literally on one day because of the... You only need to level up 12 times, that is so fast. You get lesser meso. I'm not sure if it affects the mob rates. I've never really thought about it. But I wouldn't be surprised if it does cut into it. But the VIP booster does spawn a lot, so who knows. Feel bad because you got the wealth running. I don't know, man. The EXP is kind of good. I can lose a little bit of money. I don't mind. Speaking of wealths, I am running out. I'm on my last like 100 here. Oh no. I need to start doing threads on this character. I mean, the amount of money that you lose on wealth while doing boosters is probably negligible. The Hyperburn Max coupon gives you symbols and stuff. I saw that it gave you everything except the item burn. That's what I thought it was. I don't know if I read it incorrectly. This is when one word changes the entire sentence. Because I don't remember if it says... If the thing says it will get everything except... Or it says it will not get anything. Just that one word changes the entire sentence. And I cannot remember. I feel like... At some point JH also thought that it didn't give anything. But he found out that it does give it. That's just off the top of my head. I'm sure that there's like a thread somewhere that says what exactly we get. I remember reading it in the Discord. Yeah, I think we're talking about the same thread, Fuzzy. I vaguely remember seeing that you got everything except the item burn, which makes sense. What am I gonna hyperburn? I'm gonna hyperburn a Zero and a Phantom. And I'm just gonna leave them at like normal Lotus level, Lotus Damien. I don't know if I'll get them to 260, but I feel like I might as well. I don't think the jump from 250 to 260 is going to be that significant. Yeah, we get 2 hypers. The first one, I believe, gets everything. The second one is like kind of whatever. It just gets the normal hyper burning stuff, but doesn't get the item burn. The item burn's the big one. Really speed runs you to catching up in content. 2 or 3 days at Monster Park? Yeah. It'll be pretty easy, but we'll see if I can be bothered. I don't think it matters which one I item burn, to be honest. I'll probably just go for like normal gear for it anyway, right? Like just Absols and stuff. No, you don't have to decide. You can have both. You can have both. But yeah, I'm gonna do Phantom for the Meso Obtained Legion. I'm gonna do Zero for the EXP Obtained Legion. Who needs damage? Well, you just train more. Ideally, I'm gonna put the coupon onto the Zero. I don't wanna make a new Zero. So I guess the item burning one has to, like, if it's on the first one. How's Zero burning work? I think if you want to do it from scratch, you have to make a new one. Because I mean, that's the case with any hyper burn, right? If you want it from, you'd have to make a new character. But for Zero, I don't know exactly how it works, but I feel like you still just have to make a new character, right? Which is why I'm going to put the coupon one onto the 0. Because then that should be all good. Zero won't get the weapon? That's okay. I mean, I'm not really doing the hyper burn for the item burn. Like, as good as the item burn is, I'm not too fussed about that. I'm mostly treating it as like a power leveling tool more than anything else. But yeah, looking forward to that. Will be fun to play Phantom again, although I'm probably not going to take it too seriously. My only issue is, like, if I make these characters, will I even boss on them? I don't even boss on my Pathfinder half the time. But again, they're not, like, clearing everything in 15 minutes. So maybe if I hyper burn it, it'll get a bit stronger. Maybe I should just, like, fund my Pathfinder a little bit more. Give it some more stars. Give it some more pots or something. Probably do some more of the Arcane River dailies. That might help a bit. Honestly, that's probably why it's so weak. The Arcane symbols are like kind of naked. Not like Pathfinder. I like Pathfinder, just I haven't really like taken care of the character. If I had a little bit more damage on it, I'd probably like it a lot more to boss on. But right now, I just haven't invested any of my meso recently. So it's a bit weaker than I would like it to be, but yeah, because I haven't really gave it money, obviously it's not going to be strong. Open your thoughts on Lyn supporting in MapleStory in general. Do you like it or see a different vision for supporting in Maple? I think giving like support in this game is like kind of tied directly just to damage at the moment. All the supports, they just either increase your utility, which is fine. I like that idea of it, like giving your teammates more survivability, whether it be healing. Like a lot of games have that, right? It's just like a healing thing. But in MapleStory, it's just you're kind of just boosting your team's damage. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I don't know what else you could really do in terms of support in MapleStory outside of like just healing, debuffs, and buffing your teammates, right? So I think that is like the design of it's like pretty standard MMO stuff, if you ask me. In terms of the support classes, I would like to see more support classes and maybe somehow more variety on what they can provide. But like I said, it's just like the design of supports in MMOs in general is pretty limited. I think though, if you want to play a support class, go for it, because one of the nicest benefits of playing a support class is that you will probably have not too many issues finding a party, as expected. You can use the EXP coupons from this event on the Hyperburn. I have no idea. Yeah. Yeah, if it's not like somehow improving the team's damage, there's not really much else you can do as support. But then again, I also don't really know. I haven't really played enough other MMOs to really see what other support capabilities there are. I guess to some extent there's like crowd control, right? But that's not really something in MapleStory. Like crowd control is not something in MapleStory that we do. Because, you know, the bind timer is a thing. Every class has a bind anyway. There's only like two classes with like an extended bind, and then a few other classes with like mini binds that like ignore everything, right? But like, yeah, like that sort of crowd control, boss control is not really something that's in MapleStory. it would be interesting to have people, or have bosses rather, that require you to use a bit more variety on skills. Because I'm just trying to think, right? My only experience when it comes to bossing in other games comes from Guild Wars. And there's a lot of mechanics in Guild Wars that require you to like push and pull things around the map to be able to clear the objective. And that is something that MapleStory does actually have. Like, a lot of classes have different ways to push and pull mobs around, right? It would be kind of cool to introduce some mechanics like that where maybe certain classes can do it a little bit easier. But I do think that most classes already have like a push or pull for the matter. But yeah, the design on a lot of these bosses inherently is limited because the game's 2D. So it's kind of hard to say. Yeah. But then again, I guess it wouldn't really you wouldn't really consider having these sorts of skills support. And forcing like a specific like role into the game, I don't think is like that good of a direction. It's a bit different in other games though, because I guess in Guild Wars, the raid teams were like parties of 10. So they could like kind of force a composition a little bit more. So then you can't just like have the top... You can't just have 2 of the best healers, for example, and then like 8 of the best DPS. It just doesn't... It won't work like that. You have to have like a proper composition. But in MapleStory, it's like... I don't know. I feel like every class does everything anyway. The classes are kind of converging into one class with various different numbers, which I don't love, but... I don't know. I feel like designing class identity is hard. MapleStory is mostly a solo game. You know, that is actually a valid point. MapleStory is like sort of intended for you to eventually clear everything solo. Or at least that's how I feel about it as well. Which makes sense why every class can do everything, because you don't want to lock content out of certain classes because they can't do certain things. That'd be kind of bad if you intend for people to solo everything. Yeah, the decent 5th job things I think was perhaps made it a little bit too like similar for every class, because every class has access to all of these like really broken skills already. I think the decent holy symbol is like kind of fair if they really didn't want people to like feel too bad about missing out on EXP. I don't know. I think decent fountain made the game really easy. I think that's my only complaint about the decent skills. I think decent fountain was a little bit of an overkill. Now it's just like made too many bosses way too accessible, and there's like no punishment for you running in a party, and you just won't die. Yeah, but I think Holy Symbol was a fine inclusion, because then you kind of want everyone to have like reasonable EXP rates, but bishops still have a slight advantage on like having real Holy Symbol, which is good. Couldn't do enough lines for H Lucid, yeah. Those were some dark times for those classes. Drinking your fountain? I actually don't know how fountain works in a party. If you put down fountain, does the cooldown apply to everybody in your party? Or is it theoretically possible for somebody to finish drinking your fountain and then someone just puts a new fountain down? And then after that one's gone, somebody else just puts a fountain down before those cooldowns come back up. Is that possible? I'll be honest, ever since they released fountain, I barely remember to use it. Vestige after drinking. Okay, so then you can't stack them. Yeah. I still think though, like, decent Fountain kind of like lowered the skill ceiling of the game a bit. For the better, I'm not sure. I feel like this game is already, at least GMS is already pretty generous with the healing aspect thanks to FAMs anyway. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that direction. Unless they think some bosses are difficult enough, like it warrants needing Holy Fountain, because it's kind of the main reason, one of the big reasons why you pick a Bishop. I guess if they wanted people to be less reliant on Bishop, it makes sense. But in that case, wouldn't it have been like better to either buff classes or nerf Bishop rather than giving everybody Fountain? Not sure. Game design's difficult. Yeah, it's pretty good in X-Lotus, or any bosses that have like constant chip damage. Black Mage Solo, I can see it being useful in Seren, in some points. I think Fountain in P, like in the fire phase in P2 is like kind of nice. It's just because your healing is already limited. Sometimes you just need that like injection of HP. What's a comfortable amount of mesos for 21 to 21 CRA? I personally budget at least 10 bill per piece. I think if I went into an event with about 30 bill, I wouldn't be surprised if I walked away with all three of them being 21. But of course, variance is still painful, and you could definitely still low roll and not hit it within 10 bill per piece. This is on event, right? But yeah, it is what it is. Fountain's a balanced class without lifesteal? I don't think so. I mean, for the longest time, we didn't have Fountain, and most classes could clear Black Mage Solo fine, assuming they had the damage for it. I think damage tended to be the problem more so than the survivability. You just have to work a bit harder for it, which is kind of tragic. The thing too is, like, if your class didn't have lifesteal and you still really needed the HP, like, you could always put on healing fams. I think it was just a bit weird for us in GMS to have it, just because we have access to healing fams. It's okay. I think, like, having your class, having lifesteal as, like, a benefit, like, that's part of the class identity. And I think that's fine. Not every class needs to be, like, super survivable. Again, though, like, I don't know anything about game balancing or character design, so maybe I'm just talking out of my ass. What are we on? 54%. One membership hit 265 today. I'll probably hit it today. I don't know if I'll hit it on a stream. The bossing on the Xenon took a lot longer than I expected. And I do have to end my stream at some point to go buy groceries. We have no food at home. I needs to eat. IRL stream? No. Grocery store stream is just a really fancy way of saying doxing myself. If I stream on 144p, would that be sufficient? Swap main's been grinding at 233. 232? Should be popping WAP EAP. Even without drop gear. Maybe not wealths. I think if you don't have drop gear, I mean without meso gear, wealths don't do very much. The extra EXP though, I think that's fine to pop. Yeah, I wouldn't use wealths if I didn't have meso gear, but I think the EXP pot is fine. EXP is EXP. But yeah, the materials you need for wealth, even though it's the same as the EXP one, I think it's just... There's no point using them if you can't actually make good money out of it. Because if it changes your, like, let's say you don't have meso drop gear, right? You're probably making 50 mil every half an hour. That 50 mil is going to go to like 55 mil at best. It's probably not worth it. But once you actually start making more meso, the wealths become a little bit more valuable. Yeah, scales something from 250 to 300, that's a much bigger deal. Adds up a lot faster. Refusing to pop wealths and WAFs until you get NX transfer for your VAC. That's valid. Training with a VAC pet is so nice. I think if I didn't have a VAC pet, I just wouldn't play the character. I'm so VAC pilled, it's insane. As a daily story player, do I need to make drop meso gear? Are you ever gonna play it past 260, I guess? I think that's the first question. If you play it past 260, it's probably fine to invest into it, even as a daily story player. Because you can, like, eventually make it. It's kind of hard to say. I don't mind having drop meso gear on the characters that I do my dailies on. I don't mind it. But it's like, you don't really get much out of it, right? It's expensive. Still costs you anywhere between 10 and 15 bill to finish your drop meso gear. And if you don't ever eventually farm on it, that's 10, 15 bill mesos that could have been damage gear to make your bosses be a bit faster. You're 270? If you're at 270, then yeah, probably worthwhile. Even because you're just doing like the 3k mobs a day, it will just add up. I think on any main, drop gear is like viable. Drop meso gear. Yeah, the bare minimum. I think the bare minimum is fine. Yeah, five meso lines. It will add up a little bit during like the 15-20 minutes that you do 3k mobs, right? I'm assuming if you're just daily storying, you're just still doing your 3k Sonium mobs for the fragments. You'll still get something out of it. You'd be surprised how much money you get for 20 minutes of training. It's nice additional, like, sort of free cash. Have I made a Moshwan yet? I have not. I'm enjoying my Blaze Wizard too much. The Moshwan's being neglected. Hasn't even been made yet. simple to combo on. I feel like I wouldn't be bothered to learn it. I think that's the same case with a lot of the combo classes. Whether or not the class is difficult, it's always hard to enjoy playing classes you don't really care about. If you're just there to try to get it to 200 or 250 or whatever, the class is always going to be difficult. That's why people hate Blaster. I don't think comboing on Blaster is like particularly hard, but because you have to actually put effort into doing it, that's where it's like annoying, right? I feel like Mershuan's kind of the same thing. Like if you don't care for it, you're just trying to get to level 200, you're not going to learn how to combo. Getting almost 8 mil from the block alone. Yeah, I'm looking forward to making mine just to see the damage increase. But at the same time, I'm just lazy. I'll make it eventually. It's all good. Yeah, I have no idea how Mershuan works. I just know it has a lot of buttons. And that's about the extent of my knowledge of the class. At least the class seems reasonably strong. I've seen some people min clear some bosses on some low stats. It's kind of crazy. Seems at least it sort of rewards good gameplay. Oh, nice. Only a few tries needed for that one. Alright, I think from here though, I might have to end my stream soon because again, I need to go do some grocery shopping. I need to get food for dinner. Alright, let's end things with a little bit of copium. Alright. It's about time. Surely we get some boss damage, right guys? Boss damage? What are we talking about? Will's all good, man. It's all good. Surely. He said wait. Yo, it's a wild hunter. What the heck? 285 wild hunter. Yo, it's the top 2 wild hunter. Let's check it out. I would not be surprised if they were like rank 1 either, to be honest. Oh, this is their drop gear. Look at this hat though. Woo! Double prime hat. It's beautiful. Oh no, I've seen this before. That's some Star Forcing gone wrong. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Ah, it's doomed. The top line is doomed. Alright, we can cope on the bottom line. Alright. Around here is where we need to see the percent sign. Right about here. It's doomed. No, it's nothing. Oh, it's so bad. I saw the 45 and I knew it was over. Alright. I mean, I only have one more fam left to go anyway, because I'm probably leaving this area very soon. So I'll probably get one more at best. Actually, before I end stream, I think my Corsair has spare fam cards. Maybe we have enough for one more roll. Because I definitely farmed in the same spot. I don't think that's enough. It's like 90 points worth. Not quite enough. $285 rank 4? I'm kind of surprised there's more than 5 285s for Wild Hunter. I respect it. Oh, I can take this money out too. Alright, there is enough. Pardon me. What do you guys think? Is there enough copium in the tank to get this on the first try? Come on, give us the high roll. And then the rest of the fam cards that I farm are just gonna go straight into points. No, the copium was not there. It's over. Alright. Hello DJ. Oh, sorry, you came just when I'm about to end in the stream. Because yeah, gotta head out now. Alright, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. I'll be streaming usual time tomorrow. And then the day after, I'll probably be streaming early. So if you guys want a earlier stream, probably on Wednesday, day before reset. Alright, that'll be it from me. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow.